Well, I would say that we have just experienced the luck of the Irish.
Metal detecting. It's full of adventure, full of planning, for some camaraderie.
Ready, Ryan?
Oh, yeah.
It's full of elation, frustration, and even inspiration. People do it for all sorts of different reasons. Me, I just want to hold a little history in the hand.
Well, would you just look at that? Ha ha ha! Got us an old flagstone foundation. This is currently a hunting camp, but it used to be a homestead here on this side hill in north central Pennsylvania. We're snooping around in the yard, and let's see what we can find. Let's see if we can get some history to hold right in our hand. You're invited. Come on along. All right. Well, I have found a couple of bullets and bullet shells, not uncommon, but it looks like we have a little, what used to be quite possibly a pin or some sort of decorative piece. It is non-ferrous. I think it's brass, and it looks like it's got some age to it. Pretty cool. All right, on to the next. All right, what we clearly have here is the interior plate of a clock, like maybe a mantle clock or something like that. But that has gone to pieces. So we are going to push on to the next. I like the age of stuff we're finding here, and I also like the moisture in the soil. It's been so incredibly dry here that there's been zero moisture. So this lawn is actually wet. And so that's good. On to the next. I have a thin little tone way, way, way down. I see Mr. Lincoln on one side, and I see that it is a wheat scent. So, 19 what? 1929, a depression penny. So that's cool. Nice. On to the next. They always give such great signals, but there's a 45. There's a 45 pistol slug that goes in the junk side. On to the next. Okay. I'd say, if I had to guess, what would you say this is? I know what I think it is. I think it is a spoon handle of some type, or possibly a fork, but it looks like a broken utensil handle. It looks old to me. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We have some script writing on it. That says, looks like HR. Wow, that is cool. Wow. So I think this has some serious age to it, because there's the little doily that they'd put for decoration on the end. Nice. You know, I would think that would be silver, but I don't believe so. It's possible that it's pewter. It's heavy. Maybe it's just... Wow. That is nifty. All right. Cool beans. I don't know if that's an H or... I don't know. Very fancy. Woohoo! Love it. All right, on to the next. I like that we're finding stuff. Well, whatever it is, it's right here. Right here in the... Oh, another clock plate. This one looks a little bit bigger. I think this probably was a mantle clock, a little bit larger than that other one. Every once in a while you can find the brand stamped into it, but this one's been, oh, it's been all bent over when it was freshly dropped. And after being oxidized so heavily in the ground, if I try to bend it back, it definitely will break. Don't think I see any writing on this one. In this area, I wind up finding a lot of clock plates from the Ansonia Clock Company. They were manufactured, I believe, in Bridgeport, Connecticut. But what's strange is there's actually an Ansonia village about 20 miles from here. So when I first started finding them, I thought that it was a local shop, but it was made over in Connecticut. There must have been a lot of factories in Connecticut in the 1800s. On to the next. You know, hardly anybody that watches my channel subscribes to my channel. So if you are even remotely interested in what you see today, then please do me a favor and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a regular part of the channel. Plus, maybe I can make a little bit of money off of my time and effort to put these videos out. Thanks for your consideration. Quarter signal, but that does not mean, as we all know, that it's going to be a quarter. Could be a Hot Wheels car, could be anything else. For example, could be this huge piece of... What have we here? Oh my gosh, it's lead. Oh, wow. Ay, ay, ay. Ginormous chunk of lead. No wonder it was such a screaming high tone. That's going to make me limp for the rest of the day. On to the next. All right. Very high tone, but a suspicious... So there's something iron in here. Huh. I see one old rusty nail. Huh. Oh, ha, ha. Oh no. I thought that was a pocket watch body, but it is not. It is a, it's probably a toilet fixture, but it is brass, so we're keeping it. On to the next. Okay, we have a signal still in the hole, and I missed it. Whatever it is, it's right over here. Wow. You know, oftentimes I find things that I recognize immediately, but I can't say that I recognize this. If you happen to know what this is, if you are an expert at thingamabobs, please let me know. Otherwise, I have no idea. This looks like some sort of caulk, like it may have been some sort of plumbing related item, but I have no idea. But I do know this, it's going in the junk side. On to the next. Well, I would say that we have just experienced the luck of the Irish. Ooh, a beautiful little brooch, or actually it looks like a locket that was worn around the neck. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Very delicate. Wow, so I'm just assuming that there was a lady in the house. Oh, that is nifty. Look at that. Cool beans. All right, on to the next. No idea. No idea. We are finding a lot of copper in this lawn, though. That is one thing for sure. There's a lot of copper flashing that's wound up buried out here, all folded over, so we'll keep looking. On to the next. Once again, I appear to have shot left. Oh, well. Gleam toothpaste. How long has it been since Gleam was made? Wow. You gotta love it. Oh, look at this. Contains Miracle GL70. Oh, baby. I think I'm going to keep this. See if we can find the Miracle GL70 compound. All right, on to the next. Well, it might not be from the 1800s, but with the price of copper doing what it is, this old electrical service wire from the old days is going to be worth quite a bit of money. So I'll just fold this up and take it home with me. On to the next. Stop recording. Beautiful high tone here. Well, I guess I'm just about touching it right there. What do we have? I see a little heart right there that says trademark, but I haven't any idea what would be on the inside. I wonder if the other half of it is down there. You know, that hole kind of throws me off a little bit. 3 holes. One there, one there, one there. I don't know. No further information inside that I can see. Well, it's a mystery. We will continue digging after a short break for photography. On to the next. Stop recording. An Atlas mason jar lid. There it is. It's genuine and it's Boyd's. Yep. All right. Just for kicks, let's see if there's $20 gold pieces in there. No. On to the next. You know, I have not found a coin in a very long time, so I'll even take a penny. Nope. A 30-06 shell. Yep. That's still live. I'm not going to hit it with my shovel. On to the next. Alrighty. Might have another penny signal. Now this part of the lawn is just as dry as everything else has been. Nope. Oh boy, I can't find a penny to save my life. Now, looks like we do have a lid to something with a fancy emblem on it. So that's just kind of cool. In fact, pennies are pretty common, but some of these fancy labels are actually prettier to look at. I don't see any text, but in the late 1800s, they used to mix everything together. You know, I think this might be Procter and Gamble. PP, and that might be a G underneath there. But I don't think we're going to see it for sure. But that's interesting. I put that on the interesting side. All right, on to the next. Well, I'm back to my house. That was an interesting hunt. We weren't there for very long, but we found some interesting stuff. So let's take a look and see at what we found here. Huge glob of copper, plus there was tons of flashing. I put that away. Here's a brass fitting that'll go in my brass 5-gallon bucket. At a different location today out in the woods, I found a clock winder, and we did find a stainless steel spoon, found a 20 gauge paper shotgun shell brass. I found our mason jar lid. We found a couple of clock plates from inside. Here's our, what I believe is Procter and Gamble lid. It could have been anything. Found a couple of live bullets. Here's our Gleam toothpaste containing the Miracle GL70. We found a 29 Wheatie from during the Depression. We found this really cool old spoon or fork handle, and I believe that this is pewter, not silver. And there actually is a little bit of a name left on the back of that. And then we found this pin, which I believe was a brooch. I'll bet you something fancy used to be attached right there. We found our Hallmark with the little heart on it. I'll do some research, see if I can find that out. We found a hoot owl earring, our Luck of the Irish pendant. So that was an interesting day. You know, you never know what you're going to find. What I appreciated about that lawn today was that there was actually some moisture in the ground. Literally, we've been rainless here. In fact, I stopped detecting because it was just powder dry. Couldn't dig in anybody's lawn, and it was just crazy. So I was glad to get some moisture, and it was fun to find some old things. I'm sure that a few of those things go back into the 1800s, and so we did hold history right in our hand. Until next time, I'm going to remind you that if you are not looking for it, you are not going to find it. And I invite you to join me right here next time on History in the Hand.